Hi, good morning, guys. Look who is home. How was work?
Work was good. It was a heap of fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was very eventful.
You had
So,
a quite a busy first swing, like a first week of your swing.
yeah, we had 3 activations, and yeah, I got to go out in a cyclone, which I have never seen the decks so clean of a ship as I had after we'd finished being out in a cyclone. But yeah, and coming home was a heap of fun because we were able to find where the eye was and steam roughly inside the eye on the way home. It made for a very confused sea, but it's something I've never done before, so that was so much fun. Actually giving that a go.
He was literally in the eye of a cyclone.
Yeah.
And then it is amazing, not too long ago, like Charlie's 4.
Yeah.
And when Charlie was born, you were still doing flight like FIFA, like month on, month off. And at that point, so like Charlie's 4, so not that many years ago, there was no Starlink, so we used to time call. So
Yeah.
when Sam would get reception up the coast, whether it's like 2 a.m. or something, he would leave from a port and then disappear into like no cell service, and then so you get little pockets. But now with Starlink, you just have it throughout. So like I was thinking about it the other day when he said that they're going out into a cyclone. Like we had connection that whole time, and I knew that he was safe, and I knew that the boat was all right. But not too many years ago, I wouldn't have known for like 5 days straight. Sam would have texted me or called me and said, "Hey, we're going out, and I'll call you when we get back," and I wouldn't have any idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how much everything changes.
So to put it into perspective, guys, we were going, we did go a long way offshore. I think it was like 380 miles offshore, but we are in a ship. And generally speaking, with ships, their biggest danger is land. So if a cyclone's coming, the procedure is to go to sea. So we went to sea. It was slightly uncomfortable. There was a medevac involved, which means we did push the limits a little bit more than we normally would. And what I mean by push the limits on those ships, it's not life-threatening, but it is more expensive for the company because when it's really rough, you do damage things, and we did damage things, but that's the job that we signed up for. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was really grateful for it.
He was like, "We're going out into a cyclone. This is awesome."
I thought that for about the first 4 hours. It wasn't as awesome as I thought. It's quite funny. No one wants to do it again on the ship. So yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
Let's do a quick recap for those of you guys who are new here and fill you in on the last couple of weeks. Sam has been offshore working on Reef Keeper, the Australian Maritime Safety Authority's emergency tow vessel, or ETV. It's a 57-meter tug, and it's a serious bit of kit. It's a seriously powerful rescue tug on standby to assist ships in trouble, especially large commercial vessels that could cause major environmental damage. It does emergency towing, so if a ship loses power from engine failure, fire, or whatever the sorts, they can race out quickly, hook up tow lines, and pull the vessel to safety. Huge ships equals huge risk, and if one runs aground, it can cause oil spills, reef destruction, and have massive cleanup costs. And that is where Reef Keeper comes in. It does emergency response. It's a firefighting vessel. They do oil spill response. So if a large bulk carrier runs into a reef, the environmental damages could be huge, and Reef Keeper is prepped to respond. They also help stabilize vessels, and they support rescue operations and conduct and assist in search and rescues. It's all about preventing disasters before they happen, protecting the reef, supporting emergency response, and stopping a bad situation from turning into something catastrophic. And this swing was anything but quiet. On the very day of crew changeover, they were called out to an emergency in the Coral Sea. They dropped everything, geared up, and headed straight out. They headed straight out right as a Category 3 cyclone was coming down the eastern border of Australia. It was a wild couple of days, and they punched into it and ended up coming back in the eye of the cyclone. And I'll be honest, having Sam away 4 weeks is one thing, but knowing he's out there in cyclonic conditions, I am pretty sure I aged a few years in about 48 hours. And that wasn't the end of it. Sam ended up staying longer on board the vessel because it was activated again, and this time right here off Gladstone where our boat is moored. A fully loaded bulk carrier carrying around 79,000 tons of coal had mechanical issues offshore and needed assistance, and the reef keeper was tasked to respond. From what's been shared publicly, it sounded like a pretty incredible operation, and not something that you see every day. But after all that, Sam is finally home, and we are all very, very happy about it.
But you're back now?
Yeah, but we're
safe
back
and
now.
sound.
Yeah, and a friend of mine has bought a boat in Port Douglas, and he's on a delivery to Brisbane, and he's pulled in here just to sort of, he jumped on it cold, and so when you do that, you don't get to run through the systems, and there's been a few things that need to be tweaked, so he's invited us to go along, and we've been working on it for a few days now, just fixing a few minor details, and we're going out for a sea trial today.
So today we're going out on his boat.
Yeah, different boat. So I work on a boat, I come home, I work on another friend's boat, and we'll be working on this boat a little bit later as well.
But we're just going to go out and see how everything runs and basically just, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So and to make sure that the things that we have fixed are actually fixed, to see how it performs under load. And it's got one of the varifold props in it that you can change the pitch, and we think it's over pitched, which is also causing some minor issues with the engine. So we're going to confirm our suspicions and see if all the repairs work, and it'll be ready to go as soon as he gets a weather window down to Brisbane.
Yeah. And then Charlie and I are just going for a ride, basically. Charlie and I are coming along for the ride.
Why not? Get out of the marina for a bit, check it all out. I mean, marinas are great, but they're also very good to leave from. So even if it's just for a day, we'll go out on the water and check it out.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys will remember, but when we moved on to this boat, James actually helped us, like the day we moved on. James has been a friend of yours for decades.
Very long time. We lived together for quite a few years, and we've remained friends. And he has a Crowther catamaran as well, and so
we keep joking with James. He fits in perfectly. Sailing with the Jameses, he just fits in perfectly with it because his name is James. But anyways, he's been a friend for a very long time, and actually the footage from us moving onto the boat, he is in the background helping to bring boxes on.
He's a very good friend.
Yeah, but yeah.
Right, let's go for a sea trial.
Woohoo!
So guys, meet James. He is an incredible sailor, really big into yacht racing. He owns and lives full-time on his own performance catamaran, and he and Sam actually go way back. They used to be roommates and they are best friends. And this is his uncle's boat. James helped find her, inspect her, and now he's on board for the first shakedown sail, delivering her from Port Douglas all the way down to Brisbane.
Bless you. Oh, 3 times it's going to rain. Oh, it is raining.
Is that what it means when you sneeze?
Only the black line is down the dock.
Mason, look on board. Mason, look on board.
Come on, boy.
I'm breaking the whistle now.
She said, do the whistle now. There you go.
Yeah.
Now we could probably even go bow if someone wants to just hold on to it. Yep.
So where are we?
And James' boat.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Right now. Bye.
Wave bye to Kathy.
E-code is just behind that instrument there inside. And then flares and everything. Okay.
Wear the raincoats. Okay.
Feel free to hide, guys.
Yeah.
You leave for lunch.
Most of the winds, they do turn like that, don't they?
They turn like the same like that. Try to get back.
So right now everyone is admiring the trawler that's going past right now. All the boys in the cockpit are like talking about that trawler. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a trawler, like a live bait trap trawler, and then it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dories. It's trawling behind it. So there's all the dories. There's the trawler. Admiring it because we would love a trawler. Fortunately, we did run into that issue with insurance, but we still love trawlers. Okay, so we're out of the marina into the harbour. We've got 1, 2, 3 big ships on the wharf behind us with 2 big tugs. One of those ships has just come in. On the wharf over here, we've got 1 big ship here. We've got another big ship right over there by my finger. And then over here, we've got another big ship by that big reddish mound. In the far distance, you can see 1 ship in the far distance there on the wharf. It's a pretty busy harbour here.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Sam is a Class 3 marine engineer, and honestly, this is his element. He is incredibly knowledgeable, super patient, and just one of those people who loves to learn. If he doesn't know something, he will go away, do the research, ask questions, read forums, and figure it out properly. And I love that because out at sea, it brings this really calm energy. He just understands how everything works and what's going on behind the scenes. He's always been the go-to when it comes to boats, helping mates out, getting stuck into project, and he genuinely enjoys it. So right now we are out on a sea trial and Sam is down in the engine bay running through checks. They're putting the engine through a range of revs and loads and watching how everything responds, making sure it all is performing exactly how it should. And this is a really important part of getting to know a boat, seeing how she behaves underway, how everything sounds, feels, and responds out on the water. Once everything's been checked and the engine's been run up under load and the boys are happy with how she's performing, it's time to head back to the port of Gladstone and make our way to the marina. With 4 adults on board, we figure it's also the perfect time to swing via the fuel dock and top up. Here, it's first come, first serve at the fuel bowser, but you can also book in a time slot and the marina staff will meet you on the wharf and help catch lines if you want an extra set of hands. It's a really cruiser-friendly setup and they're really great like that. There's another boat currently on the fuel dock, so we're going to hang back in the waiting queue and keep well clear of the main channel and out of everyone's way. And while we're waiting, we're going to have a good catch up with James, and also Uncle James is letting Charlie jump on the helm and have a go at driving. Not a bad way to wrap up a sea trial.
Yeah. And straighten up, back the other way. Straighten. Keep going. You see like a tree on the shore? Like in front of us? Aim for that. Strong. Right. Good job. There you go. And then you can steer. So we're just going to go back into our little corner where we're safe from everyone.
Oh, I heard it.
There you go. Okay, back. Up a little bit. There you go. Put a little bit more revs on. Half of what you did last time. There. Let's go like there we go.
And then I can go.
And then you can steer. Yep. So you have to watch where we're going backwards.
I know how to do boats, Mom.
Inside.
Why are you zooming me in?
Through that.
There you go. So you want to go a bit to the left now? Just stay away from the rocks. Yeah, over. Big turn.
Big guy.
Isn't it there?
We're gonna go pick up some fuel from this wharf right over here. And we've got our 2 deckies, and third one's just here.
So the bow probably doesn't matter nearly as much because it's a bit below on.
After fueling up, we ease off the fuel wharf and make our way back out, carefully backing into the fairway and heading back to the marina berth. Nice and easy.
Heading off on an adventure.
When we're under there, the wind stopped.
We can go to the farm and see the cows.
Today we're heading off on a bit of a tiki tour around Gladstone with James and some friends off a boat called Nelson Star, finishing up with a lunch at James's uncle's place just out of town. Honestly, it's pretty amazing at how small this world is and in the cruising community. Sam and James met years ago when they were roommates. James went on to do a full lap of Australia with his uncle back in 2021 and 2022. Along the way, they met Nelson Star down in Tasmania, and from there, they ended up buddy boating huge parts of Australia together. And now, here we all are, randomly meeting up again in Gladstone and heading out for a day of adventure together. Our first stop is a lookout on top of the hill here in Gladstone. They've recently built a cafe up here and the views over the harbour are incredible. You can see all the islands scattered throughout the bay, the marina, and a whole port laid out in front of you, and it really gives you an appreciation of why this was chosen for such a naturally protected harbour. It's pretty cool to see everything that's been developed for the community too. The marina, the parklands, the water park, the barbecue areas. It's a pretty special setup for both locals and cruisers.
Just finished up our first stop of the day at the lookouts.
Yeah. It's awesome.
From the lookout, we are headed through town for a bit of sightseeing. Living on a boat, we don't have a car, so aside from the marina courtesy bus to the shops, we don't often get to explore like this. So honestly, this feels like a really huge treat to us. As we make our way out of town, we are going to a man-made dam just outside of Gladstone. We've heard that there are some rock wallabies around, plenty of bird life, and it's a really nice spot.
Super excited.
Do you like cows, Charlie?
I like baby cows.
What kind of sound does a cow make?
From the dam, we continue to the farm. James's uncle has a cattle farm out here, and as we arrive, the morning's work is just wrapping up, with cattle being loaded up and sent off towards the markets up in Rockhampton. We've timed it pretty perfectly, getting the chance to see everything up close and even stepping into the yards to meet the cows while they're still in their holding pens. And safe to say, I'm learning a thing or two about cattle.
Yards?
There's babies!
Look at the little baby
Do you
cow.
want to get out and have a look?
Yes, absolutely!
And Mom, I need to show you one. This one big one. This one is frozen.
Wow, look at the babies in the back.
And I can see his horn. I want to walk higher.
Oh, maybe that's high enough. Ah, there's the male. Now on the right. There he goes. Oh, wait. Yep. At the farm, and we've come down to the paddock where they've just been herding the cows all together. So a truck has just left with some cows, which is what we passed on the way in. And all the cows are here in the paddock, which is pretty cool. So I thought that if you have horns, it meant that you're a male. Apparently it doesn't. Apparently that's genetic, I've just been told. So there's a whole bunch of females and babies in the other paddock, and there's a whole bunch of females in this paddock as well. And there's one male which we've been trying to find, which we've found him. He's the brown one all the way on the left. Him. He's the male, and all the rest of these are females, and then there's one steer in here as well. I don't know who's watching who, if we're watching them or if they're watching us. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But yes, I thought that if you have horns, it meant that you're a male.
This plant doesn't like it when you touch it. You watch. See that? Just one that's open, you touch it, and then it'll close up. See? It goes, ow! We get scared.
This one?
Scary grass.
Yeah, you just did it. And these ones here?
Oh, I want this big one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
From there, we head up to the farmhouse for lunch, and honestly, it's amazing going from a busy industrial shipping port to wide open farmland in just a few kilometers. It's a really huge contrast, and it's amazing. Now, here's something that I learned today. Did you know that horns on cows are genetic and not gender specific? Because I definitely didn't. And the more I've been asking around, the more I've realized a lot of people already knew that. So I'm curious. Did you know that, or did you just learn something new like me? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know I'm not the only one. Thank you so much for watching and coming with us on the sea trail and to the farm. We hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to write in the comments if you knew that cows' horns were genetic and not gender specific. A massive shout out to our amazing Patreons. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you or without your support. If you are interested in joining the J Crew and supporting us making videos and content, plus you get some awesome perks like early access to videos, consider becoming either a member on YouTube or joining the J Crew on Patreon. Follow the links in the description box below and tier star at only $2 a month. Thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you all same time next week. Bye everyone.